y'all? What's good? You know what I'm saying? Once again, it's your boy. You know what I'm saying? Livin With The Mahands. Man, I'm here to tell y'all about, you know what I'm saying, this one story about this one time. Man, it's gonna sound crazy to y'all, but it was true. It was true. This one time where I almost got ran over by a car, which was by my ex. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy because, well, the whole incident, y'all, like, it started like this. Me and this girl named Tiffany, who I used to date, you know, a while back, which was like a few years back. So, what happened was that, you know, me and the girl was dating at one point, and she somehow gathered her feelings about me and wanted to see where things would go. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we decided to be friends for a while. And, I'm sorry, y'all, my bad. I've been out all day. But, no, man, like, it got so crazy because, like, she used to be, like, we used to be close friends, and from that, it went to now we're dating, and she wanted to go on a date one night. So, we go to this place called Bennigan's, which was like a Applebee's / Red Lobster kind of place. So, you know, in which I had some money on me that night, which it wasn't much. It was like, you know, 40, maybe about $50 that night. And you know what I'm saying, we was waiting on the waitress one night to, you know, come get our food or come get our order. And the lady came back, like the waitress came back, and she was like, hey, how you guys doing tonight? What would you guys want? What you want for your drink and stuff like that. So I had like sweet tea, and you know, the good thing I had was like, I think it was like a cheeseburger, some fries, and, you know, a couple of chicken tenders, and she had something else, in which I don't know what she ordered, but let me get to the point. So the thing was that, you know, we were sitting around, we're sitting there, you know, we're sitting across from each other, we're eating, we're sitting there talking, and you know, the conversation went good, you know, the whole night was going good until she brought up one of my ex's name up one night. She was like, cause she asked me something, and I was like, yeah, go ahead. Now, me not knowing that she was going to go so far into detail about who she was going to ask me about. So she was like, she wanted to know something. So I was like, okay, we'll go ahead. Because, you know, I was, my bad, y'all. It's getting late. But I'm going to tell you about it. So, not me knowing she would go so far into the detail about the person who she asked me about. And the girl who she asked me about was this girl named Larice. And she was like, are you still talking to the girl? Oh no, she was like, oh, I know you still talking to that bitch Larice and this and that, you know, wah. So I'm like, I was sitting there trying to explain to her while we're sitting there talking, and it's people across from us hearing the whole conversation, and I'm like, man, look, let's just go to my crib. We can finish this, you know, this whole conversation, you know, wherever. So we finished eating. The bill came back, so like, you know, we was gonna pay the bill before we left. And if I can remember, the bill was like, I think it was like 30, I think it had to be like 3503 or something like that. And we get in the car. So, we're talking on the way, going back to my house or whatever, my apartment. And she's asking if, she can come upstairs. And I'm like, no, because I'm tired. And, I had other things to do that next day. So, she's calling my phone. And she's like, hey, can we talk? Or, do you got time to talk? I want to apologize for what I did, this and that, da. So, in the back of my mind, I'm like, wait a minute. Didn't you just go off on me just a minute ago inside of a restaurant? I mean, come on, in front of everybody? And so I said, you know what? I said to myself that night, I said, self, let's just go down here, see what she want to talk about, and just leave it at that. So, I get in the car. This is a true story, y'all. True story, not like, no lie. This is the real truth. So, I go downstairs. I get in the car. We sitting there talking, and she goes, hey, I apologize for what I said. Do you still, can you forgive me for what I said, this and that? Can you find it in your heart, this and that? And I'm like, wow, this girl literally losing it. And it got so crazy because now, when I told her that night, I'm like, man, no, because I'm not going to sit here and forgive you, and then you go to asking me the same question over and over and over and over and over. So, at this time now, we done got into it again. It's just like the argument got so bad, frustration in the air. She's telling me to get out. I'm not getting out of the car. I'm trying to reason with her. I'm trying to talk to her and be like, hey, calm down. Let's just, you and I talk like two grown people, this and that. And she didn't want to hear it. So, the night we was in the car. So, she decides to throw the car in reverse, right? Check it out. She decides to throw the car in reverse. My foot is like halfway in, halfway out. Like half of my body was out the car. And I'm telling her, yo, just stop the car. And I'm talking about, she just had the car just rolling down the street. So I'm like, you know what? So somehow I kind of threw myself out of the car. I had a couple scratches on me and whatnot, but I got out. And when I turned around, I was trying to see if maybe she had stopped the car and turned around and shut the door. She shut the door, but she turns around, y'all, whips back around, and tries to aim the car at me. And I jumped out of the way. So I'm like, this girl crazy. Like, people kept telling me, like, what I'm saying? Like, yo, you shouldn't have messed with her, man. And, this and that. How crazy she was. And the fact of the matter is, let me put y'all on this one. Let me take you way, 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 way back before we started dating. We used to go to school together. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like no, It wasn't like no school. It was like a little trade school where you pick up kind of, like, when you pick up from where you left off and try to pick up a little skill, like, cooking skill or business essential or they help you try to, like, basically stay on your own and know how to, fill out different applications and different, different stuff. And each class I was in, like one day I was in my business essential class, which this one was like they help you fill out, it was like a practice of filling out applications, like job applications, apartment applications, or other things of that matter. So I'm in class. It's me and a couple of my friends I'm hanging with, and it was almost the end of, I think, like third block. And she comes up and she goes to one of the teachers and tell them that she's checking me out. And I'm like, yo, I ain't going nowhere, man. I'm trying to, finish up my class so I can go to my next class. So she was like, no, I'm checking you out because you're coming with me. So I'm like, man, this chick is crazy. She literally checked me out of class, y'all, in order to get with her. So now I get checked out of class. She's like, her grandmother need, help with groceries and stuff like that. In which, at one time I did meet her grandmother. You know what I'm saying? Like, her grandma was a real sweetheart. She had a good heart and stuff like that. In which, I think she passed away, I believe. But at one point when I had seen her, you know what I'm saying, this was just recently, I just seen her. Like, I was visiting my grandma, and my grandma was telling me one day, she was like, well, Darius, I ran into your ex. And I was like, wait a minute. I said, which one did you run into? And she was like, I ran into Tiffany, that was her name. They call her Big Tiff, but her name was Tiffany Arnett. And grandma was like, did you see her downstairs? And I was like, no, not when I came in. And she was like, well, so I know y'all used to talk back then, but I don't know if she changed and this that. So one day, a couple of days I had spunked my grandma, and I told my grandma that I was finna probably go to a playground with my daughter, and which we went to this place. It wasn't called the Walmart Park. It was called something else. I think it was called Rainbow's End or something like that. You guys will actually see it in one of the videos I did. So we go to the park. Well, before I go to the park, we go downstairs. No, my grandma was telling me to go check the mail. So I go downstairs. I go check the mail. So me going downstairs, I get in the elevator. Go downstairs, and I look to my left, and I'm like, I know doggone well that one Tiffany I just saw. I know doggone well that one her. Pretty much, y'all, it was. So I had to double back to make, you know how y'all do that double back scene where you were like, wait a minute, is that? Wait, hold up. So I look and I'm like, Tiffany? She goes, yeah. I said, yo, how you been? This and that, da da da. And she acted like, she didn't want to speak to me. She didn't know who I was. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, she's still the same tip. I'm like, you know what? My grandma was right. So me myself, I turned around. I said, you know what? I ain't got time for this, man. Let me go on back upstairs and go do what I gotta do. And, just get on. And she told me one time that, and this ain't my first time I had this encounter with her. And it was another time where she had saw me again. And I had just came from the mall. It was me and a former friend of mine. We had just went out, had lunch, and she went home. And I had went on back to my grandma's house. And I see her downstairs in the lobby. You know what I'm saying? And so me, myself, I just started saying, "Hey, Tiff, how you doing?" She goes, "Leave me alone before I call the police on you." And I'm like, "Call the police on me for what? Because I spoke to you?" And I'm like, yo, she just out of whack, like for real, y'all. She just out of whack. Like, something was up. She didn't know what was going on. Like, I don't know what be going on in that girl's head, man. Like, moral of the story, y'all, don't mess with a crazy chick. Don't. Hold on, y'all. But yeah, man, moral of the story, y'all, man, don't mess with a crazy chick, for real. Especially if they try to hit you with a car. Luckily, I'm still here, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Luckily, I'm still here. And, like I just said, man, ever since that happened to me, man, like, I done got to that point, man. Do I really want to trust another female? Do I really want to be around them? I mean, like they always say, you can get to know a person for so long, and then at the same time, you don't know who that person is until you get to know them. Like, you gotta know they real colors, like they true colors. Once you know who they is, it's either you want to be with them, stay with them, or get the hell from around them, for real. And that's one of the lessons I should have taught myself right then and there when I was dealing with her. But, hey, you live and you learn from your mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Like they always say, don't make the same mistake twice, especially if it don't kill you. You know what I'm saying? So, I've learned, I've learned from that now. So, you know what I'm saying? I learned from it. I just don't want to deal with it no more. So, you know what I'm saying? It's, life been treating me good ever since, So, like I said, man, I tell y'all, moral of the story, don't deal with a crazy chick, man. Especially if they try to question you about some girl or they question you about anything. Moral of the story, y'all, don't deal with them because they can turn up psycho, they can turn up being pressed or not. Well, not pressed, but how they say, y'all, whipped. They can turn out being whipped on you, man, for real. And that's just it, man. Like, yo, don't do it. Like they say, hell had no fury like a woman scorned, y'all. Don't do it. Don't get on their bad side, man. 'Cause, man, women these days got a hell of a backstory, for real. They got a hell of a backstory, just like we do. You know what I'm saying? They got some flaws about them. We got something about us. But at the same time, they hide that like it's nothing. You feel me? But if y'all like this, what I just told y'all, man, yo, y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and y'all share this out, man, for real, because this been real for me. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't no fake story neither. You know what I'm saying? This was real, like real, like 3D into a movie real. You feel me? Like I said, man, don't do it, man. Don't do it. And your boy out.